Hi, and welcome to your full body strength workout. Today, we are going to be going over some very basic strength based workouts. This workout is pregnancy and postpartum safe. If you're finding it from either of those programs, welcome. For pregnancy, the only exercises that you might want to modify if you are one of those women that gets dizzy or is not comfortable laying flat on your back for any type of bridge or chest press, find a wedge or something elevated. I will kind of mention that when we get to that, and you can just slightly elevate yourself and you're still good to go. So, that said, our weights for today are going to be anywhere from 8 to 12 pounds, maybe 15 if you're feeling crazy, something that's going to challenge you, but that you can still go through multiple reps of each exercise. So, with that said, let's go ahead and get warmed up. We're going to come down onto your mat for some cat cows to really warm up the spine and warm up your core. So, hands will come right underneath your shoulders, your knees are right underneath your hips. Find a nice big inhale, let the hips kind of drop, chest will drop, gaze goes up, and exhale, press and round. Inhale and exhale. One more here like that, starting to really loosen up through the spine and engage your core as you find that rounding. Good. Go ahead, scoot the legs back a little bit. We're going to go child's pose into kind of a plank position. So you'll sit your hips back here. Take this nice stretch through the upper back. And then on your exhale, send the hips forward. Find this strong plank. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, plank. If you are pretty far along in your pregnancy, this might feel a little uncomfortable. You can kind of stick with those cat cows or just do what you can here. Go for last one. Good. Coming all the way up. We'll slowly make our way up to standing here, coming up and out of this for a little bit of a squat. So open up the feet slightly wider than hip distance here. Arms come down by your side. As you sit your butt back, reach the arms overhead and exhale, come back up to stand. So thinking of sitting in a tiny chair back behind you and then reaching the arms up, shoulder blades open. Really engaging through your glutes. Thinking big toe, pinky toe, heel are all rooted into the ground here for last two. Last one. Good, staying standing. We'll come to the back of your mat here. I'm going to move my weights out of the way. Coming to the back of the mat, arms will reach out in front. Right leg steps forward, find your lunge, and then twist to kind of open up here, back through center, all the way back up. Left side, same thing. Finding that twist. My wall is kind of in my way. I got to modify my twist a little bit. Open up. Really trying to twist right from the upper mid back here while keeping your hips still. So I always say kind of right where your sports bra hits your body is where you're twisting from, while your hips stay facing forward here. Last one. Up through center, come all the way up. Kind of shake it out, roll it out. If there's anything else you want to do here, you can pause the video to get a little bit more warmed up, but we're going to go right into the workout. So grab your weights in both hands. How the workout's going to work today is we're going to go through like 4 or 5 exercises once, little break, do that again. You have 2 rounds, so it should be no longer than 20-30 minutes, but we'll get right into it. So first exercise is going to be a tight row. Both weights will be in each hand. Feet are going to be about hip distance apart. Find a little hinge forward. Weights are down, palms are facing in. On your exhale, elbows stay tight to your body. Pull. Inhale, lower down. Exhale. So with this, you really want to be careful. This isn't going into your back. So you're going to squeeze your glutes, squeeze your hamstrings, and engage your core. Your core is keeping you in place in this little hinge here. Inhale, lower for 3. Squeezing the shoulder blades in the back, thinking of your posture muscles, pulling those weights in and back. Last one here. Good. Bring it all the way down, coming up to stand. So for me, I'm using 12 pounds here, so I'm going to drop one weight. If you have 8 pounds, you might be able to use both weights. We're going into a squat to press. So I'm just going to keep the single weight at my chest, but if you have a lighter weight, you can just bring them both to your shoulders here, but opening up the legs. Again, a little bit wider than hips, toes are slightly pointing out, weights at your chest. Inhale, sit down. Exhale, stand and press. Good. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. So as we find our overhead press especially, try not to arch your back. We think ribs hug in and your pelvis tucks under to really stay strong through your core and keep the work in your shoulders and not putting anything into your back. Inhale, sit low, deep squat. Exhale, stand, press. Last 4 here. Good, go for 2. Last 1. Good, coming all the way up, right into the next exercise. So single weight, no matter what your weight is here, we're going into side leg raises. So if you have a wall nearby, you can kind of use it for support if you need it. If not, you can try the balance challenge. Weight will come, we'll bring in your right hand right up against your right thigh. Right leg extends out, find a soft bend in your left knee. On your exhale, lift this right leg up, outer glutes, outer thighs. Inhale, lower. Exhale. Inhale, lower. Standing on a cushion mat like this is really going to add an extra balance element. You can probably see my ankle shaking, which is a good thing. I have weak ankles, so it's all good. But if it feels like too much of a balance challenge, going onto like a hardwood surface is going to make it a little bit easier here. Go last 2. Inhale. Exhale. Strong kick up. Kind of hold it at the top. Feel that contraction through outer glute, outer thigh. And lower. Switching sides. Weight goes right into your left hand. Right up against your left thigh here. Left toes kind of point out. Lean your weight over to this right leg so it's ready to hold you. On your exhale, bring it up. Inhale, lower. Sorry, I have to look at the ground. I'll lose my balance here. I can try to look at you guys, but I think I would fall over. Inhale, lower. You're really strong through your core here as well, especially when you find that exhale so that you're not falling right over to the side. Let's go for 3 here. Inhale, lower. Last 2. Strongest one yet. Last 1. Good. Bring it all the way down. Last exercise for this first round. Then we get a break and we'll do it one more time. So we're just going to go right into step back lunges. So actually I'll come this way. Both weights are in your hands. You can kind of let the weights drop towards the ground. It'll be a little bit easier on your wrists. Standing tall at the top of your mat. You'll inhale, find a backwards lunge. Exhale up to stand. Other side. Inhale. Exhale. So really bending through both knees, finding that 90-90 shape with the legs, letting your upper body kind of hinge forward over this front leg. You'll feel it more in that front glute. Inhale. Stay with me. Break is coming up. We'll go for 2 more each side. Last ones here. We'll even it out. Okay. Go ahead, put your weights down for a second here. Catch your breath. Grab some water. We're going to just take a breather. We're going to do that all again, and then we're into our round 2 already. So find your breath, find some water, reset. And then once you're feeling good, you can also pause this. If you want a slightly longer break, you can pause this. But once you're ready, we're going to go back to those tight rows. So feet hip distance apart, reaching down to find your weights. Hinging forward, so strong through your core, strong through that lower body. Palms are facing in towards each other. On your exhale, tight row. Inhale, lower. Using your back as much as you're using your arms here. Good. Notice what your feet are doing. Try not to roll in or out on the feet. Keep them nice and strong on your mat. For last 4. Lower for 3. 2 and 1. Bring it all the way down here. Up to you whether you used 1 or 2 weights for your squat to press. I'm going to stick with 1. Otherwise, I don't think I'd be able to talk. Go ahead, widen the feet out a little bit here, finding that nice deep squat. Butt goes back. So you really want to think butt back, like you have a tiny chair back behind you. Upper body comes forward on your exhale. Strong press. Paying attention to your ribs, paying attention to your back. At that top point, you really want to squeeze the glutes, tuck the pelvis under, hug the ribs in. Good. Here's 4. 3. You've got this. Last 2. Last 1. Nice work. Hopefully you're working up a sweat. I am. So single leg still. We're going into those side leg raises. If you want to switch what side you started with. So last time I started on the right side. We'll start left side this time. Shifting all your weight into your right leg. Left leg kind of comes out to the side. You're kind of like this time little teapot. Shift your weight over a little bit. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, left leg. Lifts up. Inhale, lower. Trying to find that lift from your outer glute, from your outer thigh. Exhale. 4 more here. Keeping that balance through the right leg. Strong through your core. Last 2. Okay. Bringing it down, right into other side. Right hand rests right up against your right thigh. And a little teapot it over to the other side. Soft bend in your left knee. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Lower, lower, lower. Try to control that lower. I feel like I haven't mentioned that, but you'll notice I go really slow on the way down and then strong press up. That's working your concentric and eccentric load. It's a conversation for another time, but just trust me, it's important. Go for last 2. My left ankle not doing so hot. Last 1. Whew. Okay, bring it all the way back down. Finding your other weight just for those step back lunges. We'll finish it out here. So the weights, again, can kind of drape towards the ground. It just gives your wrists a break from holding them up here. Roll the shoulders down your back, strong through your chest. Stepping back, inhale. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale, step back. Exhale, come up. Good. Couple more each way. And then we're on to round 2. And there's only 2 rounds in this workout. Good. Let's go 2 more each side here. Right leg steps back. Inhale, lower. Drive through your left heel up to stand. Left leg back. Drive through right leg. Last one each way. And left. Okay. Saved the more chill exercises for our last round. You can come down onto your mat when you're ready. You can pause this and grab a sip of water. I'll face this way. We're going to come down for a little bit of a more chill round. We're still going to do everything twice here, but we're going to go chest press, hip bridge, and then skull crusher. So kind of hit upper and lower body, and then we'll cool it down. So coming all the way down to your mat with your weights when you are ready. Arms will come out wide. Feet are planted right underneath your knees. On your inhale, you prepare. On your exhale, chest press. Maybe you kind of bring those weights as close together as you can. Inhale, you lower back down. Exhale, strong press. Inhale, lower. As you find your chest press, you really think about your core closing in and together. All the air comes out of your lungs. Your ribs hug in. Belly button pulls back. Elbows wide. Inhale. Exhale, press. Good. You have 3 more here. Last 2. Last 1. All right, bring the weights down. You have 2 options here. So your heavier option is going to be taking both your weights and kind of resting them on your hips. We're going into a hip bridge. So that's your heavier option. If you want a little bit less, you can always just take one of the weights and rest it on your hip bones like so. I'm going to go both weights because my lower body can always use it. So I kind of like to just let them rest, and I balance those top points. I just kind of hold them in place here, bringing the feet under the knees. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, send the hips up. Inhale, lower. You're just going to tap your hips on your mat. Don't let them rest there. We're trying to keep that engagement through glutes and hamstrings the entire time. As you come to your highest point, try to keep your shoulder blades grounded on your mat so you're not shoving all the way up into your lower back. It's kind of just like this nice long line from your shoulder blades to your tailbone. Inhale, lower for 4. Last 3. Go for 2. Last 1. Hold it here at the top. Squeeze a little bit higher for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Nice work. Staying down in this position, I'm going to use one weight. I would suggest if you're using 8 to 15, everyone should be fine using one weight. If you're feeling really strong, you can use 2. But grabbing that one weight in both hands, arms will come in line with your shoulders. So straight up, feet are just grounded. You're going to bend at the elbows, bringing that weight towards your face. Inhale. Exhale. Send it back up. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, send it up. If you want to add another layer, you can add in your bridge. So you inhale, bring it down. Exhale, send it up. Whatever option feels best for you. It's your workout. So really just working your triceps here. Final exercise, and then we rest, and then we do it all again. And then you're done. Last 2. Last 1. Nice work, you guys. Bring it up to a seated position. Let some blood flow. Return for a second. Grab some water if you would like. And then when you're ready, we're just going to reset to come back for your final round. Hopefully this is going by quickly. It's going by quickly for me. Okay. So again, you can always pause this video if you want a little bit longer of a break, but we'll bring weights into each hand. Bring the elbows out wide to the side. Feet are grounded underneath your knees. You inhale to prepare. Exhale, press. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, send it up. Really trying to hug your core back as the arms press up to the ceiling. Final 5. Keeping those elbows wide even as your chest gets tired. 4, 3. So strong. Go for 2. Last 1 here. Good. Letting the weights come down to rest on your hips, whether you used one or both weights, find whatever position worked for you. You take that inhale and then exhale, send the hips up. Tiny tuck under of the pelvis at the top to really engage the back of the glutes. Again, we're not letting the shoulder blades come off your mat. We're keeping that nice strong line from middle of your shoulder blades to your tailbone. Moving from the hips here. Exhale, press. Hips only tap. Last 5 here. Making sure your feet aren't rolling around, making sure your knees aren't doing anything crazy. Sometimes they like to move in or out. Try to keep them right in line with ankles for last 3, 2. Got really cloudy. Hopefully I'm not dark. Last 1. And then bring it all the way down, resting here. One of those weights can drop off to the side, and then we'll grab our single weight for those skull crushers to finish out this workout here. So arms come right in line with your shoulders. Nice strong grip on your weight here, starting with just the arms. Inhale, bend. So that weight is almost going to come touch your forehead. Exhale, use your triceps, straighten it back out. Inhale, bend it down. Exhale, straighten it out. We'll stay here for a few. If you want to add in that bridge as arms straighten, that option is there for you. Whatever feels best. Working with your breath. Final 5 left of your workout. 4, 3, go 2. Last one, y'all. Bring it all the way down. Weight will come off to your side. Hug your knees into your chest just to bring yourself up to a seated position. Bring the weights out. It got so dark. Hopefully I'm not super dark here. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Really just feel this nice figure 4 stretch. You can kind of rock the legs around if that feels good for you. Starting to cool it down here. And then when you're ready, we'll switch out sides. Left ankle over right thigh. Ow, my glutes are tight. If you want to pause this video at any point, like I would pause this and hang out here for a second because I'm super tight, but you are welcome to do that. Good. And then when you're done with that, we'll go ahead, just take a nice tall seated position. Bring right arm back over you for a little bit of a tricep stretch here. Going right into other side. Bringing the arms down, right arm across, shoulder stretch. You can kind of roll out your wrists if that feels good. Other side. Good. And then coming up out of this position, we're just going to find a low lunge to hit your quads and your hamstrings, and then we'll be done. So coming into this low lunge position, just grabbing the back of your left leg, really kind of pressing your hip forward, feeling your stretch through your quad here. And then you'll drop that down, sit this right leg back, kind of take a nice hamstring stretch. You can also just go into like a seated hamstring stretch if that feels better. Shifting the weight forward, sending it back, left side, grabbing right leg, right hip comes forward for that little quad stretch. Dropping right foot down, send it back, letting your left hamstring lengthen. Hopefully your heart rate is coming back down. That one definitely gets the heart rate up a little bit too, which for someone like me, I like, because I don't like doing regular cardio. So that is your basic full body strength. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in another workout.